Now, what did it take to crack the Palesa Madiba case? Well, the officer behind the successful conviction says it was patience and discipline. After almost 8 years, the UJ student's murderer was sentenced to 31 years behind bars. I went out and took a look at the case from where it started. The South African Police Service's oath is to commit to the creation of a safe and secure environment for all of the country's people, among other things. Some haven't respected this oath and have been found wanting, but not all are cut from the same cloth. Captain Amos Maneta started investigating the Palesa Madiba case almost 3 years after her disappearance. By then, the case was one of the most high-profile cold cases in the country, and Madiba's family had even given up hope. It was on a Friday, the 16th of December 2015, when Maneta's phone rang.
Captain Maneta, may I help you?
He wasn't part of the original team investigating the case, but says because of the trust the community invested in him, the call was about Madiba.
The person who called us remained anonymous. And then, indeed, when we go there, we found Palesa's remains.
The third-year University of Johannesburg student's skeletal remains were found in a shallow grave at the suspect's house in Phiri, Soweto. This was the house she'd been visiting when she vanished. She was there to spend time with her friend during the Women's Month-long weekend in 2013. She was supposed to attend classes that Monday morning, but never made it there. Captain Maneta says from that day, he was asked to take over the case. He first had to associate himself with the then suspected killer's acquaintances.
To start with, getting a profile of the alleged suspect, I needed to know as to who is he associating himself with every day. If at all he is drinking, which taverns, shebeens, you normally go there. With who?
But things weren't that easy, as Madiba's killer had evaded the law and had some help.
He might be a person who was always ahead of us as the police, but I have got no doubt somebody was giving him a tip.
So, what did it take then to finally find the man and put him behind bars?
The day he was arrested, somebody came to me and told me that there were 2 police officials who were saying that, hey, they were talking in Zulu, that tell that guy, when he is called for this another case, don't go at court just because Maneta was seen here and he is looking for you. You know, as I'm saying, we have been trained, we have been taught, but sometimes as an investigating officer, you must think ahead of the person you are investigating or you are looking for. As a seasoned detective, you must have informers as quick as possible. So when we have arrested him, I had an informer whereby she also sent me the message that now we are again, and then I activated my guys, and then he was arrested.
One of the people who had to testify on behalf of the state was Matsiriso Mkhwanazi, Madiba's friend who she'd been visiting, and niece to the killer. Dumsani Mkhwanazi still maintains his innocence, but he didn't do enough to convince the judge.
Accused is hereby found guilty as charged in respect of count number 1, murder.
The verdict was more than just justice for the family, and Captain Maneta is one of the people they want to thank.
You know, before Captain Maneta took up the case, we were constantly disappointed. You know, if we, in our police force, if, you know, a third of our police force could be like that guy, would get somewhere.
The Palesa Madiba case isn't the only one this now retired police officer is working on or has cracked. There are many others, and he says he plans to never really stop. Masego Rahlaga, Dobsonville in Soweto.